Well, there you have it, folks. The Seahawks beat the Texans. What was the final score, actually? Was it 33 to I should have even checked because I dipped out at the 1 minute mark. Was it 16, Brian? Or no, 13.
33-13. 33-13.
33-13. We are here, episode 187 of Real Hawk Talk. The Seahawks moved to 5-8, and the Texans moved to 2-11, I believe. Man, that was a mostly complete game. That was encouraging to see. I don't know about you, Brian, but my stress level, obviously, just due to the context of this team, was pretty minimal going into this game. But you know, through the third quarter, there were some concerns about, this team letting them hang on, by a one possession threat on both sides of the ball. But man, that was a good fourth quarter, both from the offense and the defense. The defense got their act together in the second half after a discouraging start in the first quarter. The offense finished it with a strong fourth quarter after I think not scoring a single point in the third quarter. Lots of names to call out today. We've been calling them all out on Twitter, but Brian, where's your head at right now? How you feeling? Dayna was at the game today, so she's not going to be at the post game today. Nathan is dead or alive. I have no idea. But Brian, how you feeling?
Well, first, it's good to see you, dude.
Absolutely.
I don't know. After they beat the 49ers, and then going to play what I think is probably the worst team in the NFL. Starting
worse
a rookie
than the
quarterback.
Jags.
Worse than the Jags, worse than the Lions. I mean, they are last in just about every category. It's hard to be worse than they've been. I mean, they've scored under 10 points a bunch of times. Anyway, I kind of was like wanting this game. I wanted this score, but I felt like the whole first half was just, it was like the defense playing the way I think most people have perceived the defense to play all year. But I've been like, against this competition, I felt like this was really, really shameful the way they started on defense. But for the second straight week, they shut out their opponent in the second half. So, credit to them for that. The offense was on pretty much the whole game.
Mm-hmm.
And your former love, Rashad Penny.
How'd you call that today? How the heck did you do that?
Dude, it's random bullshit.
Did you just wake up this morning being like Rashad Penny?
Feeling it for Rashad Penny this week when I called it on the Wednesday pod is I just really like the way he played last week against the 49ers. It was an understated game for him. And he wasn't gaining a bunch of yards on his run plays, but he was running hard and he was finishing runs. And I don't know about you, but Rashad Penny, like, his whole career has basically been either big splash play or he runs directly into the lineman in front of him and gets no yards and shows no tough. Like, he's actually a bigger running back weight wise than Chris Carson. But have you ever thought he runs as hard as Chris Carson?
Not even close.
No. So I just liked the effort he was showing, and he brought it today. Like, he ran, it wasn't just like bullshit. He ran hard, and Alex Collins ran behind the same line against the same team and looked like shit. Like, so I'm happy for that dude. I mean, I don't think it means anything, like, in the grand scheme of things, but
16 carries, 137 yards, 2 touchdowns.
Career high. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, he had two long TD runs, 30 something yards and 47 yards. That's what he does that Chris Carson doesn't do. Like, Chris Carson is never going to be a big play threat. He just doesn't have that.
Who else stood out to you today? I feel like there's a lot of different names we could talk about.
I mean, I got to talk about Russell, right? I mean, I thought Russell looked really good today for the most part. There were some frustrating misses and some decisions that were questionable, but I thought he made like 5, 6 outstanding, like, Russell only makes those throws kind of throws.
Yeah.
Like, his completion over expected in this game is probably going to be ridiculous. I think he made some crazy completions. And Tyler Lockett, I mean, wow.
They've got a connection unlike any other in the NFL. They really do.
They do. Why can't he get that with DK? Like what? Like DK's got the talent to be just unstoppable, but they go for the beginnings of these games. It's like DK doesn't even play practically.
I don't know if it's like Russell just prefers like the Lockett style of receiver. I don't like subconsciously. I don't know what it is, obviously, because they're completely different types of receivers. But I'm like trying to think back to the early Tyler Lockett days when he was like, working behind Doug Baldwin. Like, did he have an immediate connection with Russell? Because I'm genuinely trying to remember, and I think he did.
Yeah.
Like it just seemed like they were in sync from the beginning.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, he trusts Tyler. I don't know. Like, and it's not even like complicated stuff sometimes where like that throw to DK at the end zone, that wasn't a hard throw. Like DK had no one near him. Just throw it, like pitch and catch, touchdown. And Russ throws it like 3 yards behind him. Like,
I almost wonder if there was like not a miscommunication, but a misunderstanding on how deep that route was supposed to go or something. Because it was really off. I mean, you're right.
Right.
Like it was so off that it's like it doesn't make sense.
Right. I mean, how you can't complete that. And it could be any of those things you're saying, but it still comes back to how can you not make that throw with DK? Like the two of them haven't figured that out. And then they make these ridiculous throws to Tyler that nobody should be able to make. Like it just doesn't make any logical sense. But even the go balls, like the DK got a pass interference call on the left side. The ball's out of bounds. Like Russell doesn't throw balls out of bounds to Tyler Lockett. Lockett always has a chance to make a play. DK, it seems like, doesn't. And I don't know if that's a DK. I just don't know. It's just weird because it's the same quarterback. And
I'll tell you this, I'm glad Seattle broke away in the fourth quarter because we could have been having a pretty nasty conversation about the quality of the refereeing today.
It
was pretty bad on both sides of the ball.
What stood out to you? I agree. Like, what were some of the plays that jumped out to you?
Like, I thought the pass interference was horrible on the DK one. I think it was completely uncatchable football. I don't know. To me, that should have been picked up. I don't think Gerald Everett got in at all. I think he was like definitely a few inches short. I mean, those are two massive, play swings right there. There were more. I'm forgetting right now.
The offensive PI on Brandon Cooks, I thought was bullshit early. Like
PI on Reed, people are saying. Forgot about that one.
Yeah.
It just, I don't know. There were just some big swing plays.
The refs were definitely not having it. Oh, that penalty on Al Woods on the field goal, like that seemed really weird. Do
you think he played well today?
Al Woods?
Yeah.
Dude, that guy's the best player on the defense this year, pretty much.
Al Woods had a game, man.
He did, right?
He's a big disruptive fat man, and we like those players.
Hell yeah. For like $3 million or whatever they paid him. Like,
yeah.
Steal and then there's Jason Myers,
who had an excellent game.
So Al Woods gets paid less than Jason Myers, right?
Absolutely. Jason Myers has like a top 5 cap hit on the top 7 cap hit on the team this year.
Fuck that guy, dude. Like, I am so sick of him. I know you've probably have to have come to your senses about that he's not that good.
I mean, how many kicks did he miss last year?
Wait, is it last year?
Do we take like historical context of play into consideration?
I won't even argue. Are you saying that Jason Myers is a good kicker?
Yes.
Dude.
Good players have bad seasons. Like it happens.
Wow.
I'm not saying he's not overpaid. He absolutely is. Okay. He's paid like a top kicker in the NFL. Okay. I think he's like a top 3 kicker on contract basis. But like, would I feel comfortable leaning into him for next year and keeping him here? Yeah. I'd ask him to take a pay cut though.
I have no confidence in that guy at all. Like every time the Seahawks have been in one of these close games and they do some kind of like crazy play to bring it closer, and it's been such a long time coming. I fully expect Myers to miss the extra point. Like every time it makes an extra point, I'm like, oh shit, thank God.
Yeah,
It's like a free throw. You know where it's going to be on the field. Like there's no reason to be missing extra points.
He was just so damn good last year. I don't know. I just think
he missed 4 extra points last year.
But like he didn't miss a single field goal.
Did he?
And like, yeah, I think he went like, it was like the last couple of games of the year before too. He didn't miss a couple. So he had set like a record. I don't know if you remember. It was like 40 something straight or something of not missing. And then, I mean, it's the position I think is psychological. I mean,
it is.
You know, I'm not going to defend his contract.
The combination of him and Pete Carroll on the same team is really, really aggravating. I think even Michael Dixon, I've long thought Michael Dixon was such a great addition to this team. He might have been the worst possible addition to this team because he feeds into Pete's decisions to kick the ball when he's like, we got the best punter. We're going to use him as a weapon. Like, that was aggravating.
So I have a stat for you real quick.
Yeah.
How many times was Russell sacked today?
I know this.
What's the answer?
I think this is the stat of the day.
I think it is too. What's the answer?
It's the big 0, dude.
It's the big 0. It's a big fat 0.
When's the last time Russell was sacked 0 times? Do you want me to look it up?
Yeah. I don't know how you even pull that data. Brandon Shell wasn't playing today, right?
It's going to have been a while.
Well, we had Brandon Shell wasn't playing today, right?
What are you saying? That's 2012.
Was Shell out or am I hallucinating?
No, yeah, he was out. He was out hurt.
Okay.
The last time Russell Wilson was sacked, 0 times, was against the Washington football team last year, week 15. He was also sacked 0 times the week before that year. So 2 weeks in a row last year. Other than that, 2019, he had 1 game where he had 0 sacks. 2018, he had 0 games where he had 0 sacks. 2017, he had 1 game with 0 sacks.
It's just Russell Wilson.
Doesn't happen very often.
Russell Wilson football without the occasional big loss sack play is just such better football when he doesn't, do that.
Well, so it is. And how much do you think the running game was part of that? You think it helped?
Of course, because they were playing so well today. Like, you have to respect it. I don't think anybody would disagree with that.
Yeah, this offense, I think we get like way too geeky about some of this stuff. Passing's better than running, period, like in a lot of ways. But if you can run well and you have a good quarterback, you're just so much tougher of an offense.
Of course.
I just think this team has been so shitty at running the ball, and we give them a total free pass for that because most of us just want to see them throw it. But I think this has been a huge issue. Like it was nice to see today, like almost 200 yards rushing.
Can I make a reactionary take / question? Should the Seahawks think about potentially keeping Rashad Penny?
For what?
Like money wise, you're asking?
Yeah.
Would you take him at like $2.5 million a year?
It's not an immediate no for me, but I really don't like paying. I mean, I have a feeling if he's gonna stay healthy the rest of the year, I don't think the Seahawks, if they sign him, it would be a really bad decision. If he stays healthy the rest of the year, it would be a bad decision because he's going to cost probably more than $2 million, I would think. Imagine him having even one more game like this the rest of the way.
Mm-hmm.
Like some team is going to say former first round pick. The shame of it is he didn't have these games before the trade deadline.
I was thinking about that actually today.
Would you?
Would I give him like a 1 year, $2.5 million deal if that was like the context of his market?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
We've seen too much from him to know that like his body is a reliability concern. You know what I mean? Like I you can make arguments about how much talent he has and how much talent he had coming out of college, all that stuff, but he's just been consistently unavailable.
Um,
Hard to sink
any
money into that.
I agree. Any thoughts on Ryan Neal today, or like how the defense looked without Jamal Adams? Anything that you thought showed up as different or better or worse?
I'm gonna flip that question back to you. What do you think?
I thought Ryan Neal had a bad first half.
Mm,
I don't know for sure because it's hard to say, but there was a number of completions where he was in the picture but not next to the guy catching the ball. And there's a couple times the first touchdown, there were three guys guarding one Texan player, and the Texan guy was standing by himself in the back of the end zone. So I don't know, like hard to
So
say, but
Quandre Diggs did steal an interception from Ryan
he
Neal.
did. He did.
I don't know. I don't know if we've seen enough to make a judgment call either way.
Oh, no way.
You know,
Yeah, I agree.
we play is Stafford healthy? Is he playing next week?
I haven't been paying attention, to be honest.
Yeah. Because we play in LA next week.
Yes.
And obviously Jamal Adams is out for the year. So that will be a much better test.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's hope DJ Reed's okay.
I know you got to go soon. Do we want to talk about how the Seahawks are one loss out of the 7th seed?
Nah.
Yeah, I don't either. That was a layup question. So,
I think this team can win out. I do think that. I don't think that they will necessarily, but it would not shock me if they beat the Rams next week. It would not shock me if they lose by 30 to the Rams next week. So when Russell's back and he's playing better, if they can get some semblance of the run game, if the offense can be competent, then maybe the defense. I mean, as much as I thought the defense played like ass the first part of this game, they once again have held the team. They held the team to 13 points.
Yeah, that's good.
Who knows?
All righty, folks. Episode 187, I think. Seahawks beat the Texans, one of the worst teams in football. We win. Wins are good. We haven't won a ton this year. I'll accept this win.
First time 2 consecutive wins, baby, all season.
Oh my God. I can't believe that's real. That doesn't feel real. All righty, folks. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday afternoon. We'll be back next week. We'll be back on Wednesday for the game preview for the Rams this upcoming weekend. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday.